Hey Susie, where are you from?
I'm from China.
And what is one of your favorite foods?
Raclette.
What, you mean raclette?
Raclette.
What is raclette?
Raclette is grilled cheese.
Like this. That's right. Normally the French people like to eat their raclette with served over boiled potatoes that they mash up. But for whatever reason, we got into the spinach, which I caramelized some onions and some spinach hash, which is cream spinach. What do you think, Jenny? You like just the cream spinach on its own, don't you? You do. You do. But we like it like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our cheese, and there's a little, see, that's not at all irritating. Do that again. What we're going to do is we're going to take our cheese, and we're going to dump it over just like that. And we make enough cheese for us to have two at a time. Now, one thing that we do differently around here is that on a proper raclette machine, you cook the meats and veggies on the grill that is on top of the part where the cheese melts, in this case. But for this little cheap home machine, it just creates a huge mess. So we cook our meats either in an air fryer or, now that we have an oven, in the oven. And of course, Jenny gets some spinach directly in her face. Yeah. And then we add some hot sauce to taste, maybe a little scorpion sauce if you're feeling really adventurous.
Raclette.
Follow us here at Chez Davis for more cultural appropriations and abominations such as this that we somehow, nevertheless, enjoy.